Hello everyone, my name is Surakaniya Surakaka. My ID is 6211130. So, this video is part of Sound Design for Digital Media Communications, Albert Rollins School of Communication Art, Assumption University. There was once a sweet little maid who lived with her father and mother in a pretty little cottage at the edge of the village. At the further end of the wood was another pretty cottage too, and in it lived her grandmother. Everybody loved this little girl. Her grandmother, perhaps, loved her most of all and gave her a great many pretty things. Once she gave her a red cloak with a hood, which she always wore, so people call her Little Red Riding Hood. One morning, Little Red Riding Hood mother said, "Put on your things and go to see your grandmother. She has been ill. Take along this bucket for her. I put in it eggs, butter, and cake." It was a bright and sunny morning. Red Riding Hood was so happy that at first she wanted to dance through the wood. All around her grew a pretty white flowers, which she loved so well, and stopped to pick a bunch for her grandmother. Little Red Riding Hood wandered from her path and was stooping to pick a flower when from behind her a great voice said,
Good morning, Little Red Riding Hood.
Little Red Riding Hood turned around and saw a great big wolf. But Little Red Riding Hood didn't know what a wicked beast that the wolf was, so she was not afraid.
What have you in the basket, Little Red Riding Hood?
Egg and butter and cake, Mr. Wolf.
Where are you going with them, Little Red Riding Hood?
I am going to my grandmother, who is ill, Mr. Wolf.
Where does your grandmother live, Little Red Riding Hood?
Along that path, past the wire bushes, then through the gate at the end of the wood, Mr. Wolf. And set off. A Little Red Riding Hood again went in search of the white flowers. At last, he reached the porch covered with flowers and knocked at the door of the cottage. "Who is there?" called the grandmother.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Said the wicked wolf. "Press the wrench, open the door, and walk in," said the grandmother. The wolf pressed the latch, walked in to where the grandmother lay in bed. He had one jump at her, but she jumped out of bed into the closet. Then the wolf put on the cap which she has dropped and kept under the bedclothes. In a short while, Little Red Riding Hood knocked at the door and walked in, saying, "Good morning, grandmother. I have brought you eggs, butter, and cake, and here is a bunch of flowers. I gathered it in the wood." As she came nearer the bed, she said, "What big eye you have, grandmother?"
I'm ready to see you with, my dear.
"What a big ear you have, grandmother."
I'm ready to see you with, my lady.
"But, grandmother, what a big nose you have."
I'm ready to smell it, my dear.
"But, grandmother, what a big mouth you have."
I'm ready to eat you of it, my dear.
Just at the moment, Little Red Riding Hood's father was passing the cottage and heard her scream. He rushed in with his axe and shot off Mr. Wolf's head. Everybody was happy that Little Red Riding Hood has escaped the wolf. Then Little Red Riding Hood's father carried her home and they lived happily ever after.